Hello everyone, this is General Hand Grenade. Welcome to my war room in Prince George, British Columbia. In today's video, we're going to be continuing our demonstration game of Global War 1914, and we have reached the spring of 1915. So far in this game, we've only done 1914, and there was only 2 turns in 1914, and really that's just the beginning of the game. We're basically just picking a fight at this point, right? Everybody's taking a shot, and that's about it. It doesn't get too crazy in 1914. If you just go all out, then like you can come close to losing the game early, but you can't win the game that early. I've found anyway in this game. So that's why you might have seen me take it a bit easy. I didn't just go all out in my attacks or anything. Basically, you're just picking a fight, and then in the winter turn, which is the second turn, the one we just did, then you're stocking up. You're getting ready to do whatever it is you plan to do this game. And anyway, let's just move on and get to it, right? So first things first, random events. So that's the first thing on every turn. And there we are on the website, historicalboardgaming.com. So we will do the Western one. Spring of 1915 West. Roll a d6. 4. Okay. Fritz Klein. Britain loses 3 IPPs as 2 strategic naval moves this turn. And there's a backstory to it there. Had to do with some guy, Captain Fritz Klein. Anyway. So, let me just set this down. This one's a pretty easy one to take care of. There we go. So I've adjusted the money that Britain has on hand. And we just have to remember that they lose 2 strategic naval moves this turn. I was just looking there. Okay. So now we have the Eastern roll. Spring of 1915 East. And oh, that's not what we meant to do. 6. Okay. Muslims unite. Place 1 free attacking Ottoman infantry in Transcaucasia. Resolve combat immediately. The victor immediately gets 1 free diplomacy roll. And it just says Ottomans stir up unrest among Muslims in Caucasus. Okay. Transcaucasia. Yeah, they don't have much of a chance there because there's two Russian and infantry and a Russian militia. You know what? I'm not even going to bother taking the Ottoman guy out of the box because he's probably going to die. Okay, so we got the Ottoman infantry. He's going into mountains, so that's a 1. And that's 9, he missed. Okay, so we've got 1 militia and 2 infantry. At 2 and 4. Okay, there we go. That's why I didn't take them out of the box. So the Muslims failed in Transcaucasia, and there was another consequence there. What is it? The victor gets 1 diplomacy roll. Okay, so that's Russia. Let's go take a look at the chart here. And Russia still does not have anything there. Yeah, you know what? Norway's at 0 now. Let's go for Norway. In fact, I think Norway gets some stuff here. That's one of the things we're going to be doing is putting some extras on for the neutrals before we get going here. So, Norway, 3 or less. Nope, didn't do it. Okay. So not a lot to do in the rolls this time. All right. Okay, I'm just going to gather up the things that we need to put on for the neutrals. Okay, so I have placed the neutrals. We have a militia here in Rio, and there is another colonial troop here in Spanish Morocco, and there's another transport up in the Netherlands, so there's 2 of them there, and a cruiser has been placed in Norway. So Romania has got a cruiser as well, so they're looking juicy over there. And then Madrid got another infantry. All right, and there we go. 1 militia in Portugal. So it is time to start the turn as the clock moves to spring of 1915, and away we go. Germany has got 3 in major factories now, because we upgraded that one in Bavaria last time to a major, so they've got 3 roles. They're going to go for counter battery fire, and that is 6 or more, and they got a 12. That's good. And then they're going to go for defense in depth, 3. That's a miss. And then wartime economy is a 7 or more, and they get that. So they have completed that now, and now the rest of the world is shaking in their boots. Look at that. Wartime economy, stage 2 of counter battery fire, stage 2 of defense in depth. Both of those ones are good for trench lines. Okay, so they're going to pay for 1 diplomacy roll, and they're going for Argentina, so they need a 3 or less. And they missed it. Okay. So, didn't get a perfect turn. And here we go. That's what they bought. They bought a colonial troop. I think that's 6 infantry, a Jaeger, militia, and 2 artillery, plus a Austro-Hungarian artillery. Okay. Let's set this down and let's take a look at what we got. Okay, here we go. So, do we got the Western Front in there? I don't think so. So the Western Front, we are temporarily not looking so good. That's going to get better. But we needed to take a bit of a turn off over there because we needed to bolster the Eastern Front and the Austrian-Hungarians. So they're not going to attack except for their attrition attack and the artillery. And then what's going to happen is probably, well, I can tell you what's going to happen because I know the British guy, handsome dude. So they're going to attack, and then the French are going to attack. So we want to get as much in there as we can to try to maintain a trench line. So we might even rail some dudes in there from Western Germany. We want to put as much in there as we can. So hopefully they don't break the trench line and we can hang on to this, even if not very much. You got to remember that we just got wartime economy, so they've got lots of money now. I mean, they'd have pretty good money even if we only rolled a snake eyes on that, right? They'd still have quite a bit of money. So we're not too worried about that, but it would be nice to hang on to this territory here. Deny it from the French, or deny it to the French, and, you know, like keep the money for ourselves, right? Keep the line one space further from Berlin and 1 space closer to Paris. Eastern Front, different story. We bolstered the Eastern Front last time, and so now we would like to do some damage. The Russians are looking really good here, and again, it's a good thing for us that we've got lots of money, because now we can hopefully win the war of attrition, but we've got to get moving. We can't let the Russians build up too much. I got a question on the last video. They asked if it was a good idea to go after East Prussia, And it's not a bad idea or anything. The thing about that is you can see how strong the Russians are here right now. If we would have went after a couple of things, then we would have weakened ourselves a bit. What I wanted to do is I wanted to pick something. I wanted to try to hurt them. And we could have done a little better here in Bohemia, but we didn't. And that's, again, the reason why I didn't go after more than one. I thought that this would hurt them more than taking out East Prussia. That doesn't mean that I'm not looking at East Prussia. If we've got enough this turn, that would be the place to go, is right here on this turn for the Russians. And so as the German player, we're looking at that and we're knowing that, right? And what we would like to do is to try to hurt them, but again, not go too hard. Like, just, you want to go with overwhelming odds, right? Like, even if you went with all three of these places into here, the problem is we only bought 6 infantry and a couple of artillery. It's next turn where we're going to have more money with the wartime economy. So we can't go too crazy with that either. And this is going across a river. So maybe what we'll want to do is go with a couple of infantry here, just 2, and then go with everybody here into there. That might be a better idea. And I think that's what I'm going to do as the Germans. And let's see what the Russians got after that. And then, of course, we've also got a few other things, right? Like the convoy and stuff like that. So let's start moving some units in. So all of these guys are going in, and all of these guys are going in. And what did I say? 2 of these guys? What does that leave us? 2, 4. If we just took 1, we can place 1 here. We've got, and then that gives us a trench line. Let's do that. Yeah. So we'll just leave this guy instead of putting him in here, because we know that he is going across a river, and we're going after Congress Poland. Let's take that Zeppelin in there as well, because he can reach. There we go. Zeppelin on the Eastern Front. Okay. Let's do some convoying as well. So let's go here. And 1, 2, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. I thought I could reach down there. Oh well. Okay, let's go here then. No problem. Okay. And then we're going to convoy there, and we're going to convoy down there. Yeah, let's move down to the bottom. Okay, this guy here, we're going to bring him down here, and he's going to convoy this line over here. So that's the British at 1 IPP. And I thought about maybe going down into here. Let's do that. Nothing's happened down here yet, so let's take a shot down there. Looking around, I don't see any more units. Like, we're just not strong enough in Asia to do anything. Okay, that's all we got. Okay, I just finished counting everybody up, and we have, for first strike, the Germans have 4 artillery and 2 heavy artillery. So let's do 2 heavy artillery at 6, 3 artillery at 4, and 1 artillery at 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 4 out of 6. That's pretty good. And we've got 2 Russian artillery. 1 hit. Okay. So looking around here, I took the Russians back here when I was counting them. So let's take off the 2 Russian artillery. They need 4 hits. And then we got 2 more. They started out with 8 infantry. there we go. And then for the one German casualty, let's take off the dude that was going to cross the river. Okay. All right. So we have got 11 infantry against 6 infantry. Okay. So the 11 infantry, so 6. So 5 infantry at 2 for the Germans. One. And then 6 infantry at 3. Because they're boosted by the artillery. And 1, 2. So that's 3 altogether. And then we have 6, 2, 4, 6 at 6 for the Russians. 1, 2 hits. So 2 more off the Germans. Let's take off 2 infantry because we did so well there. And they lost 3. So 1, 2, 3. Now the Russians have 3 infantry left, which means they no longer have a trench line. You look at that at the beginning of the round, or of the round of combat. So like after the first strike, we wouldn't count it up. We would count it at the beginning of that round of combat, which we did. Anyway, we're going to go again for sure. So we have got the same rolling as we did before. So 3 artillery, 2 heavy artillery, and 1 artillery that's kicked up. Okay, 1. Not so good that time. Oh, this one here, the blue ones were the heavy artillery. So 2 hits. All right. 2 hits with artillery, and there's only 1 guy left. So now we have, let's see, that's 6, 7, 8, 9 infantry. So 2, 4, 6 at 3. Right? Yeah, that's right. 1, that's it. That's all we needed. And the Russians have 3 infantry, but now they're not in a trench, so they're at 4. And they got 1 hit. Okay. We're going to take off another infantry. So that's great. The Germans took that pretty handily, and they didn't lose any artillery. Like, I would have lost artillery if we needed to hang on to infantry, but the fact that we have more than 6 infantry here is good. So let's just move this Zeppelin out of here. Let's put a pie down there. Okay. Now, put that in there. I think we can fit both these guys in there. And then 2, 3, 4, 5. So we still have 8 infantry. Excellent. Oh, stupid Zeppelin. Where did our infantry? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, that was a good attack. Continuing our attacks. So we've got 2 subs going against the London line there. Okay. Get some D6 out. Okay, so the German sub is the black one. So they're +2. So that's even. Okay. And ooh, German subs didn't do so well that time. And we've got that one down in the Mediterranean. So that's +2. Okay, there you go. 8. So we got 4 off of that line. And then the other one, let's see. Let's keep going after that Mediterranean line. And any spillover will add on to the London line if we get a big one. So 4 off there already. And 4 more. So 8 off. And that one has a total of 9. So let's just go over there. So we've got 6 off the British. And 2 off the French. And that's it. So we've got that one. And then let's take a closer look here. This guy has to go across the river. These guys don't have to cross anything. Okay, let's go roll those ones up. So the Cruiser Raider. There's only $1 down there to get. And nothing. Okay, I stand corrected. The Cruiser Raider is +1. So they did get the 1 IPP off of them, and that's another one off the British. And then we have, so we've got a Colonial Troop, and then we've got 2 at 2, because we got to take the cavalry down with the infantry. So 1 at 1 and 2 at 2. 1 at 1 missed, 2 at 2. Look at that, eh? So close. And then the British have 2 at 2 for colonial infantry. Oh, jeez, they got them both. Okay, then let's stop that attack. Okay, let's go down there. Okay, we're gonna come back here with this one, and we'll lose these guys. We'll put a 1 down here on this line. Can you see that? Put a 1 down there. I guess we might as well take the money off. So the British lose 6, 7 altogether. Wow. British lost 7 and the French lost 2. All right. Oh, and we've got the attrition attack. You know what? While I'm down here, I'm just going to non-combat move. I've only got 1. And that is this guy. So 1, 2, 3. We're just going to try to get that guy as far away from Japan as we can. Okay. So attrition on the Western Front. And that is 3 artillery. And we'll shoot them. You know what? Let's go after. I think that's Picardy, the one where the British are. So 3, and they got to get 1s. Nope. Okay. So, non-combat. This came off because I put a chip on. Okay. So the guy that we got a couple of guys down here. We're going to come over here. And this guy's going to stay in Bohemia. We're going to rail 3 guys from Western. Plus these 2 guys here. Up to the front. No, don't send us to the front. Okay, so that's a 5 chip. So the Germans now have 11 infantry in there. And let's send the artillery up too. And if we do that, we've got to move this in there. There we go. Oh, what the heck. Let's send the fighter in there too. Let's get it on. You know what, let's move this guy. Let's move him up there. And we'll move 1 guy over to Eastern Germany. All right, that's what we did. So, There's 1, 2, 3, 2 of these down here, and 1 right here. And okay, put the Jaeger over here, so that's 3 in there. And this guy over here, and 2 artillery. We will then lease the artillery, and then colonial troop. We're going to put them where those other guys died. Right here, so we can still collect that IPP there. Okay, so Russia goes down 1 to 19, Germany goes up 1 to 40, and they get to collect. This one isn't worth anything. They get to collect 1 for that one. And Chile is already in there. It's already been incorporated. 40 plus 1. I guess we're up to 44 because we have a bonus of 3. 2 for the Netherlands and 1 for Sweden, Norway. So 44 IPP. So 43, 44. And there we go. 44 IPP. Time to move on to the British. Okay, it's on to the British turn. Before we do though, I just, one last thing, I just have to roll for the German wartime economy. 6 IPP, okay? If Germany needed any more money. Man, they got $50 now. Too bad they didn't have any convoy lines. Okay. The British have 2 major factories, so they're going to go for depth charges and hydrophones and wartime economy. So they're both at 7. Let's go for the depth charges first. Missed. And wartime economy. Got it. Boy, that helps. They're just getting slaughtered by those subs. Both of those would have really helped out, but they, oh yeah, both of them would have helped out, but 1 out of 2 isn't too bad. Okay, so we are also going to spend 1 IPP, I believe. Let me just count up here. So they're gonna do 1 diplomacy roll. They'll go for Portugal. And, ooh, just missed. Okay. Combat moves. All right. This one's pretty simple. We have got to get our roll out of the way, our mandatory offensive. So we're going to go everybody here to everybody here. So that's simple enough. And then we got a seaplane here. We're going to go down after that sub down there. And then let's go down to the bottom. Let's stick these 2 guys into here again. See what happens. And okay, let's move around here. Yeah, we're gonna go these 2 guys into here. And we're gonna bring, yes we are, let's see, 1, 2, yep. We're gonna come down here with this guy. 1, 2. And we might as well bring this and this. Okay. And these 2 guys. There we go. Okay, we're also going to go cruiser over here. And then we've got our seaplane coming down against the German sub. And I think that's all we can do, since we can't kill the sub with rocks or anything. We would like to. Move over here. Okay. So, coming into here, we have got a landing shot with a pre-dread at 3 and a cruiser. Pre-dread at 3 and a cruiser. Cruiser's yellow. That's at 2. Misses. So then we've got 2 at 2 and 2 at 1. So the gray ones are at 2, the yellow ones are at 1. Okay, 1 hit, 2 hits. We only needed 1. And they have got 1 colonial infantry. So that's at 2. That's a miss. Okay. That's a success. And we'll have to grab a British pie later. Okay. So we've got our cruiser. He's got at 3 because he's going against the cruiser raider. And that's the gray one. We'll do the cruiser raider. He'll be the blue one. The gray one's got to be a 3. Both misses. So then the cruiser raider leaves. He's going to go right there. See, he was here. He come over here. Okay. Oh, geez, I missed another attack. Okay. Anyway, that's it there. So, the British pie right here, up here. And then, okay, we got a British seaplane in the Mediterranean. He's got a hit at 3 or less. Got him. Nice. And a British seaplane in the Atlantic. He's got a hit at 3 or less. Missed. Okay, so that's German sub down in the Mediterranean. Well, we got one of them. And then we have got our attack. So there are 7 British infantry, 2 artillery, and a fighter. Okay. On our mandatory offensive. Just looking around. Okay. So we've got an artillery at 4 and an artillery at 5 because we have 1 fighter. So the one at 4 is going to be the green dice. So that's a hit and that's a hit. Nice. 2 hits. Okay, the Germans have got 4 artillery, 2 of them observed. So they've got 2 at 4 and 2 at 5. So the green ones again are at 4, blue ones are at 5. 1, 2 hits. So 2 hits each. I'll take off. So 6 British infantry, 2 of them have artillery. So that's 4 at 2. And 2 at 3. One, 2. Okay. And then the Germans have a trench line and they have 11 infantry. Okay, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 at 6. This is gonna hurt. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. So, are you getting the idea yet? This is why it's so hard to attack a trench line when it gets too big. And the British took 2 off, right? Okay. So let's look around here. Let's move up. Okay. That's all of the British. They are dead. That sucks for them. Now the Germans lose 2. See, they've got 11 infantry left, and then the French are going to go after them. So you wonder, okay, if I lose 2 infantry, that's 9. Am I going to be able to still maintain a trench line, or do I lose my more expensive artillery and have a better chance at having a trench line? I think lose the 2 infantry, because it's not like the French are overpowering, right? So we need 3 back. There we go. And that. And there we go. So the British did not do so well there. They did not do well. Is that all of our attacks? I think so. Oh, yeah, that's sublived. I forgot to tell you what I bought. It was 6 infantry, an artillery to be built in Washington, and 2 colonial infantry. Okay, so let's move this guy back to here. The transport is going to move one of the infantry, and these guys are going to walk across, and he's also going to move that transport, the artillery. Let's fly the fighter over. Okay. So that guy can only go 2. Yeah, let's go back to Greece. I don't think we're going to move anybody around in Greece here. I don't want to put another one in Serbia. I'm worried about amphibious assaults into Greece. Okay. So. Oh, we forgot this attack. Let's just move over here. Okay. We have 2 British. We use the gray against 1 German. He's blue. So it's 2 at 1 versus 1 at 2. Missed. Missed. And the Germans got 1 hit. And we have to stop anyway, because that's 3 rounds of combat. So we'll move this guy back. Okay. Let's take this one. 1, 2 spaces. And we'll take this guy up to here. Import here. And they're going to go 1, 2 over to there. Right here. On second thought, I can't do that with the pre-dreadnought because he is in port, and so he's only got a movement of 1. let's keep them in that port then. Okay, over here, we're going to move this guy down here. So we've got 2 colonial infantry. One's going here, and the other one is going to go right. Oh, there's no marker there. Okay. Well, I guess we'll have to go. You know what? We got to move this guy up here, otherwise we can't collect that IPP. Then we'll place this one here. Okay, that's better. It was a method to my madness. I just didn't remember what it was. Okay, the artillery goes in Washington, and then we've got 3 infantry here, 1 infantry here, and 1 infantry down here. We can put infantry here because we've got a factory. There we go. And the British now have wartime economy. Let's see. Yeah, they're not collecting any extra money for anything. Their income is at 37. And oh, this one is totally cocked. 9. So 37 and 9 is 48. Okay, 48. That's the British term. Yes, I can count. 37 and 9 is 46. So the British have collected 46, not 48. Anyway, Austria-Hungary's turn. So they have 1 major factory, and they're going to go for that wartime economy, which they desperately need. 4. Oh man, they just can't catch a break, can they? And they're also going to go for Bulgaria. They need a 3 or less. 5. Wow. Okay, they're buying 3 infantry with the 9 IPP they have left. And let's do something. Okay. Should we do an offensive against Galicia? If we do, that's going to leave them with less to come back at Germany with. Like, they'll actually be on the defensive instead of the offensive route. All you guys who thought that Austria was doing badly, I said, hey, wait, it's early. And see, this is why, because Germany has a lot more money than Russia. And we do want to get Serbia for sure. So let's just move this up a bit. Let's just go and see what we can do. Okay, let's bring these guys in here. Okay. And let's take this guy in there. And let's take an artillery in there, along with the balloon. Take that seaplane out and against those subs again. Okay, let's go up here. Okay. Oops. Now we have to keep these separate because these guys here are going across a river. These guys can actually go against this because that's their home country. And these guys in there, we should probably take the mountain infantry into there. Let's bring this guy up here. Well, that's absolutely everything that Austria owns, so I guess that's it. Stand our factory back up. Alrighty then. So let's go with that seaplane, 3 or less. And he gets a hit. So the British lose their coastal submarine. Let's go Serbia. So they're going into mountains with that artillery. And they've got a balloon for observation. So that's a 4 or less. Really need this one. 8, that's a miss. And then they've got 2 infantry and a cavalry and a mountain infantry and boosted by an artillery. So let's boost the mountain infantry because he's got to cross a river. So he's at 2 along with the cavalry. And the 2 infantry are at 1. Okay. The 2 ones will be the green dice. That's a 2, so that's a no. Okay. And then in return, there's 1 at 4, 1 at 5. So 1 at 4, missed. 1 at 5, that's a hit. Okay. We lose an infantry. We've got artillery at 4 again. That's cocked enough, I think. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Okay, that's a miss. And then the mountain infantry will boost, so he will be at 3. That's a hit. There we go. And then we've got a cavalry at 2. Missed. And a dude at 1. Missed. And then they've got 1 at 4 and 1 at 5. That's a hit. That's a hit. Wow. Okay, so the British infantry comes off. We'll take off the cavalry. So, we've got a mountain infantry and an artillery left, and they've got a mountain infantry. I say we go for it, because we don't want them reinforcing that. Okay, so 1 at 4 and 1 at 3. Let's do the green 1 at 4 and the blue 1 at 3. Got them. They finally got Serbia. Okay, and then Serbia has 1 at 5. Missed. Rejoice. Okay there. Look at that. Finally we get Serbia. That's about how it goes in my games. I always get Serbia. I just lose a shit ton of stuff to do it. Anyway, got it finally. A shame that the British have already got Greece. So that's not a good thing. Anyway, that means that Austria gets a pie on the diplomacy chart. Now we've got our other attack. This one, we could lose our shirt on. If we're losing after the first round, we're going to quit. So we've got 3 artillery, and they've got, is that 3 or 4? They've got 4. Okay. Yeah, this one's not good. So 3 artillery at 3, no observation. 1 hit. And they've got 4 artillery, 1 observation. So 3 at 4, 1 at, 3 at 4, 1 at 5. 1, 2. Okay, so they got 2 hits. All right. Let's take off the cavalry. Let's take off. Let's only take off 1 infantry. Oh, we've got a militia too. That's good. Take off the militia. All right. So then we got 4, 5 infantry, 6, 7 infantry. Let's boost 2 that are coming, no, 3 that are coming from here. So 5. Okay, here we go. I know. So we've got 2 at 1 coming over the river. Missed. And then we've got 2 at 2. Missed. And then we've got 3 at 3. 1 hit. Not so good. Okay. 7 at 6.
and one at 4. The Cossack is at 4. Let's do him. Okay, that's a miss. And then 7. 2, 4, 5. 7 at 6. 1. Wow, only 1. Holy. Take off 1 infantry. Okay, that's 1 round of combat. Let's take a look here. So we've got 6 infantry, 3 artillery. They've got, oh, we can't go anymore. They've still got a trench line. So, moot point. Okay, let's move this guy back here. Let's move 1 of the artillery back here. Let's move everybody else right here. Okay. Well, we did get a couple of hits off them, so that'll make it a little more difficult. Okay, so I move these guys back here, these guys back here. We'll make it more difficult for them to take this back, or to go into the mountains and take these, or this. Plus our seaplane got that hit. If we had some better rolling at the beginning of the turn with the technology in the Bulgaria, that would have been a good turn. As it was, I think it was a decent turn. Like, we're relieved that we finally got Serbia, but anyway, we're making a little bit of progress. We've got to adjust the incomes. They're now at a 11 IPP, and the Russians go down another $1. So we'll take 11 and put on 3 infantry. That's 1, 2, let's put 1 here for sure. 2 and 3. There we go. Okay. Now the Russians, like, we are open. They can come after us, but the more offense they do and going further into Austria, the more they open themselves up to the Germans back home, right? Okay. And got to adjust their incomes. So the Russians are down to 18. The Austrians are up to 11. And there we go. Just one small correction there. Took all that pains to get Serbia, and then I forgot to collect for Bulgaria for it. So yeah, can trace a path to Bulgaria now. And so they got 12 IPP instead of 11, like I just said. So it's time for the Republic of France. And let's just get her rolling here. So they've got 2. Let's see, what do they got up there? Okay. Yeah, they've got 2 major factories. They've already got wartime economy. They're going to go defense in depth for 7, and hurricane bombardment is a 6 or more. So hurricane bombardment, 10, that's a hit. And defense in depth, that's a hit. Excellent. So defense in depth goes to 2, or goes to 1. Hurricane bombardment goes to 2. And we have 1 free diplomacy roll for a thrilling victory down in Yemen last round. So they're going to go Romania. And by the way, I should have collected for Romania last time. I was thinking that I couldn't get through down here to trace a path. Well, I didn't need to. All I had to do was go through Russia, you idiot. And then out the north, you know, take a boat over to France. So I threw in an extra $1 for them. They have 28 IPP instead of 27. They did collect 29, but they'd lost 2 when the Germans convoyed them. Anyway, they're at 28. So Romania, they need a 3 or less. Got it. Wow. Okay. So Romania is at stage 3. Yeah, I'll give you this so you haven't seen it for a while. Romania goes up to stage 3 here. The other one's getting close. We've got Brazil up there. There's a couple on 2 here. And of course this one, we just can't seem to move it. And then a few of them at 1. And the rest are wide open. They're free for the taking. That's it, isn't it? So France, they are going to purchase 6 infantry. 8 infantry. That's right, I changed it because I realized about that extra IPP. So they're purchasing 8 infantry and the 1 artillery that the Americans are going to build for them. Okay. Same attack as last time for the French. They're going to go with everybody they can from these 3 places, and they're going into here. And that's it up here. They're going to go with their seaplane. Again, the same place as last time. Going after a French sub. And let's go down to the bottom of the board here. I've got this cruiser over here. So let's bring him there and him here. And this guy across. Let's attack that horse. What is that? Oh, is that desert? I think it is, isn't it? So that's a 1. I was thinking it was 2 against 2. You know what? Let's do it anyway. So, came across here. We're going to get the landing shot. And then this guy's got at 1 and the defending at 2. And then what else we got over here? Like we could, but I didn't buy any colonial infantry, so I wouldn't be able to collect this one here. If I did take that guy out, that would be 3 at 1 against 1 at 4 here. Because 2 at 1 against 1 at 4, I don't like that attack. Yeah, let's just not do that. Let's not do that. Let's do the other one though. While we're down here, let's just take care of that. So, we have got a cruiser at 2. We're hoping to hit this one. Okay, come on, bud. Come on, come on. Cruiser shot. Missed. Don't. Okay, the French is going to be blue, and the Ottomans are going to be red. So the blue's got to be a 1, and the red's got to be a 2. Oh, they both just missed. Too bad it was desert. Hang on a sec. I just wanted to take a quick look to make sure that there was a modifier on the attack dice and not just on the movement. And sure enough, it's a -1. So, okay, round 2. Misses, and 1 more. Nothing. Okay, so that guy's going to go out, get back on the transport. That attack failed. And 2. Let's go with the seaplane down here too. Okay, so we need a 3. That's a hit. That's a 1. Nice. So that's this seaplane right here. Dead. Okay, let's go up to the other side. Now I've already counted them up, and I know that I have 16 dudes against 16 dudes and 4 artillery. I got a couple of militia and a Zouave, and they got 9 dudes and 3 artillery defending. So artillery goes first. French have 4 artillery. 1 of them is observed, so 4s and a 5. 1 hit. And the Germans have 3 artillery, 1 observed. So 4s and a 5. 1 hit. Okay, let's lose. The French are going to lose a militia, and the Germans can't lose the balloon. Geez, I'm a little worried they might lose their trench line, so I'm going to take off an artillery. Here we go. You can see how this would be difficult on a YouTube war because, you know, like I'm taking off the artillery because I think that's better, but someone else might think infantry, right? Okay, so infantry. Now there's no, looking around. Yeah, there's no modifiers. Wide open ground there. So 12 dudes at 2. We've got a militia at 1. Let's do the militia at 1. Missed. And 4 dudes at 2. Oh, sorry. That's 4 dudes at 3. Yeah, those are misses. And then I've got a Zouave at 3 as well. And that's a miss. Wow. Then I've got 12 at 2. Here we go. Gosh, we gotta get some hits here. 1 hit. Wow. That was terrible. Wow. We had over 20 units there, and we managed to get a grand total of 2 hits. Okay, the Germans have got 9. So 3, 7, 9. 9 at 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that's not as bad as the other guys there, the British. Okay, so let's look around here. We definitely did not break the trench line. And also, because we know they didn't break the trench line. See, I wouldn't have lost the artillery if I'd have known this was going to happen, right? With the French. So they're going to lose an infantry because they still have their trench line. And then the French lose 4. So let's take off that's 1 with the militia, 2 with the fighter, and then 3, 4 infantry from Paris. Okay. Yep, that sucked all right. If you're a French player. So, non-combat moves. Let's move this guy up to here. Everybody went back after they went here. Everybody went back where they came from. So, let's go to the other side again. This is going back to Gibraltar. We're going to bring down the cruiser down to here. And down here, we've already moved those guys, so they can't move. It looks like the French might be done because I don't see anything else to do. Yep. Except we have got to do their wartime economy. Okay. They're at 18. So plus Romania is 19. And nothing else changed. Okay. Okay. 9. Wow. We get pretty lucky on those. So 19 and 9 is 28. I want to just show you something here. So the French and the British have done their mandatory offensive for 1915 here. The Germans still have to do theirs. I'm pretty sure that they'll get that done, maybe even in the upcoming turn. Or did they? It can't be just an attrition attack. They didn't do one this turn, did they? They attacked Russia. That's right. So they still need to do their attack in order to satisfy their mandatory offensive. Forgot to take this stuff. So we have got our artillery. Okay, so I've placed the artillery in Washington, and we've got 6 infantry. So one of them's going here. Okay. And, or sorry, 8 infantry, right? And then we can put 3 in Paris. And we can put 3 down in Southern. And then we've got one more. Let's put him in Normandy. And the French have taken their money. Yep, okay, done. So let's move on. Okay, the Ottoman Empire. So they've got one major factory. They're going to go for wartime economy, 7 or more. That's a bit cocked. Let's do it again. Central Powers could use some love. Okay, got it. They go to stage 3. And we have 1 free roll on the diplomacy chart. And you know what? They've gotten the Netherlands set at 1 right now. So let's go for the Netherlands again. 3 or less. Missed. Wouldn't that be something if the Ottomans got the Netherlands? How did you guys influence them? Usually the Dutch don't like you guys. Okay. So they're purchasing rail link and 2 infantry. That's 10 IPP. And we're going to do a sub. Coastal sub is going to, yeah, it's going to convoy. This guy is running amok. He is going, and he has gotten that French territory. He's a bad monkey. And let's do the convoy. So we'll make the red dice the Ottoman. It is +1. So they took $1 off the French, and that maxes out that line. $1 off the French. All right. Okay, so here, we took this and we took $1 off there. Okay. There's not much we can do. See, we're kind of waiting for the other guys to attack us. We're just not very powerful, right? We'd be better on defense because we're defending in mountains and in desert. Like, we will attack people, but we'd rather not. And let's move an artillery over to Eastern Anatolia from Constantinople so we can get some stuff ready to go. And let's move the mountain infantry over as well and move, actually we can place an infantry there, can't we? So we're going to place an infantry in Anatolia and another one in Constantinople. And the rail link is going to go, let's go down here. Let's go here between these 2 territories. So you see that there? That gives us a rail link from Berlin all the way to southern Iraq, which would be a bonus for the Germans. And even before that, we already had a bonus for the Ottomans. So the Ottoman Empire gets 10 IPP. And let me just check how much that bonus is. Okay, the bonus for being able to trace a link from Constantinople to Berlin, which we can do, is 2 IPP. So the Ottoman are at 10 IPP plus a bonus of 2, that's 12. And they get a pie on the diplomacy chart again. All right, that's it for them. Let's move on. Imperial Russia. They have got one major factory and they have got a singular purpose for it, and that's to get wartime economy. And they're only one away, so they need a 7 or more. And they get it, 8. That is now 4 nations. The Russians, the British, the French, and the Germans who have wartime economy. All right. And this is what they're purchasing: 4 infantry, 2 militia, and they're building 1 artillery in the United States. So, let's take a look at this. Move this guy back. Okay, we definitely want to do something. How many's here? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's a trench line. And that's a trench line. These are the only 2 we could attack. It would be nice to get this one out, because he can attack that territory, that territory, that territory over there. But I don't think we can get him. In fact, I don't even think we can take off his trench line. There's just too much there. All we've got is this territory, and this territory to go there. And he's got 6 artillery he can burn, plus 2 infantry. So we'd have to get 9 units off him on the first turn in order to break his trench line. And I don't see that happening. I think maybe the best thing to do would be to go after this guy right here, East Prussia, because we want to at least take him down somewhere, right? Just looking at what we can get into here afterwards, because we don't want that guy coming in here. I don't think there's anything we can do about it though. Okay, let's go. So this guy can't go. He's a militia, and that's Germany. Geez, I don't have any artillery there. I didn't realize that. I've got 2 Cossacks and just some infantry. You know what? That's not a very good attack because of that. You're lucky this time, Germany. So what can we do to the Austrians then? Galicia looks pretty easy. And then if we get Galicia, that's going to force Germany to maybe go back that way. But you know what? Okay. So they're going to go in there with 3 artillery. Oops. I'm telling you. Let's just take that guy off the stand. That Zeppelin. He's just all over the place. We're going to throw him on the ground. Okay. This is an artillery. Okay. What do we got here? Let's leave one of those guys in there too. And take these guys in. And the plane. And the Cossack. Would you call me? Is that enough? It should be, because they definitely don't have a trench line. Like, even if it takes us 2 rounds to get it. Yep, that's all we can do. Okay. We've got 3 artillery. One of them is observed. So 2 4s and a 5. 1, 2, 3. That's everybody. They've got 1 artillery. Missed. Wow. That's how it's done, folks. The Russians are just dancing on their grave at this point. 1, 2, 3. Went in there without even losing anybody. So this comes off. And the pie goes down. That's definitely going to make Germany have to do something, because they have a trench line there. They didn't lose anything. Wow. Okay, let's move one of these guys over here and move this guy up. Okay. This guy's going to move over. And you remember those ones that went from the United States? These two? They're going to be my 2 rail movement. We put in another one of these. And these 2 artillery plus the other one makes 3. Okay, let's go like this and bring this guy up. Okay, down here we're going to move this guy up. Yeah, let's put a couple chips down up here. One for these guys, one for these guys. This and this come off. There we go. Let's go adjust our income. The Russians go up 3, so they're at 21. And these guys go down 3, they're at 8. Bunch of sad sacks. Okay. Everything looked so awesome before the Russian turned for the Central Powers, didn't it? Suckers. Okay. And we got to put our stuff on, don't we? Put that artillery in Washington. Well, we got the camera turned here. Let's just roll this. This is our wartime economy. 5. Okay. So $26 altogether. Let me turn this around. And we can go 1. Guy's facing the wrong way. 2. 3. And 4. And 2 militia. Oh, you know what? We forgot to move this other militia down. He's just going down 1. Okay. How much is this? Just 1. Most of these places are just 1, right? Okay, we haven't put anybody here. And let's go to Latvia. There we go. All right. That's it for the Russians' turn. On to the next one. Okay, so it's time for Japan. They have got 1 major factory. Their wartime economy is at stage 2, so let's try that. 7 or more. 11. So now they're stage 3. All right. They have got 8 IPP. The only thing they're going to do, they're going to move this guy up here and this guy up here. That's 4 IPP each. So now they've got a dreadnought at stage 2 and a dreadnought at stage 3. And their only attack move, they've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So they're going after that guy. Both of them shoot at 1. Because remember, you're -3 going after a cruiser raider. And then the cruiser raider also gets 1 at 1. Okay, here we go. Everybody's rolling at 1. Nothing. So the cruiser raider leaves. He's going to go right here. Why not? With his tongue hanging out. Nah, 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 nah. Okay, non-combat moves. Let's bring this guy out here. Let's bring the cruiser over here. That is just about it. Yep, that's it. Next, United States of America. Let's see what kind of income increase they have. And 5 will get them to the next stage. Ew, that is totally in the middle of 2 of them. Okay. 6. Wow. So they go to 22. That means that they can do technology research. At 21, they can research technology. And they have 4. Count them, 4 industrial complexes. So, what do they got? They've got improved construction, improved logistics. Yeah, let's just do those 2. Okay, I just needed to take a look at the technology chart online because if you've been following along, you know that mine is a bit old and the numbers have changed. So we're going to go with strategic bomber at 7 or more. Got it. And wartime economy at 7. Got it. And then improved construction and improved logistics. So that's 7 or more. So, geez, 3 of them. And the last one, that's mostly a 3. Okay. Okay, so strategic bomber at stage 1, wartime economy at stage 1, and improved construction moves to stage 2. All right. And for purchases, we are going to lend-lease a French and a Russian infantry and a British artillery. That is 5, that's 11 IPP. And they have 16, so they're gonna do 2 rolls for, yeah, they're gonna do 2 diplomacy rolls. So that's 13. So they got 3 IPP left. They're just going to hang on to that 3 IPP. Okay. Here we go. Brazil, 3 or less. Missed. And Argentina, 2 or less. Missed. Okay. All right. They're going to just lend-lease, I guess. So the Russians get their infantry, and let's go grab that other stuff down there. And they got the artillery that they had built there, and the French and the British. Let's move up here. Okay. There we go. So the British get 2 artillery because they bought 1 and the Americans bought them 1. And the French get 1 artillery and 1 infantry. Right here. There we go. And that's the Americans' turn. And they collect 21 IPP plus the 3 they saved. So that's 24. We'll move on to the Chinese turn. Okay, China. So we pull 3 warlord cards. Oh, Tibet. Add 1 mountain infantry to any territory. Well, since there only is 1. Okay. There's already one there, so I just have to put a chip on. And Nationalists. Annex one adjacent warlord territory this turn. Wow, that's huge. I tell you what. Look at this. Of course you're going to grab the best one, right? Or at least the one with the most crap on it. Look at this guy right here. Just ripe for the picking. Okay. So where's the Chinese box here? That is incredible. I'll teach them for stealing my money. It's that Geely guy's fault from last turn. Okay, let's take off this. That's 2 artillery. And we got a mountain. And we got a militia. And a cavalry. Okay. Here we go. And we get a pie. A pie. But that territory is not worth anything. Okay. Nice. One more card. That's one of the best cards that the Nationalists can get. Oh, another one. Add +3 on a recruitment roll if Japan is Central Powers aligned. If not CPP aligned, add 1 militia to the Nationalists. Okay. So, let's move this back. That would have been a good card if the Central Powers, or Japan was Central Powers. Let's put them here. Okay. There we go. Okay, that's it. So purchases. They have got 4. I think what I'll do is I'll buy 2 militia. Wow, that really turned the game right there for the Nationalists. That was huge. I was just thinking before I started playing today how badly the Nationalists were doing in this game. Most of the cards had gone against them. The one Nationalist card we pulled, they were -1 or something like that. Attacks. So this one seems obvious to me. Let's move this militia up here. That's another territory for us. You know what? Let's go after a couple of guys. So let's go after the Geely here. Everybody here, plus the 2 artillery, are going after the Geely, and 1 cavalry. And then all of these guys and all of these guys are going to go after the Shaanxi in Shenxi. Shanghai and Shanghai. Now, this could suck if they roll badly, but if they roll good, I mean, game over in China. Okay, we have got, let's go to the Geely one first. We've got 2 artillery, and there's no worries. It is not a mountain or anything. So 2 at 4. 1 hit. So we'll take off a militia. They don't have any artillery. They've got 2 infantry and a militia that are going across a river. So we'll boost those 2 infantry, plus they've got another infantry that isn't crossing the river. So that means they've got 1 militia and 3 infantry at 2. So 1 at 1 and 3 at 2. Nothing. Oh, and look at that. These guys don't count, but these guys all are retreating. Ooh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Chickens. So we just have a cavalry left. Get rid of those dice. Stupid dice. So we got a cavalry at 3. That's a miss. Okay. Then we have a militia and 2 infantry. So 1 at 2, 2 at 4. 2 hits. So that's the militia. And the only, yeah, and we'll take off the cavalry. Let's move the artillery. I'll show you what I'm doing here. So normally I would want to move the artillery here, but the Gili are going to get a shot at me, right? So if I just have artillery there, because these guys went in here, right? If I just have the artillery there, then they might be able to get it. But these guys had to retreat. So let's take the artillery down there. Bunch of chickens. Okay. And then up top there, what do we got? Those are going into mountains. And we've got 3 infantry, 2 mountain infantry. Okay. Let's go with the 2 artillery first. So, 2 artillery at 3. Nothing. And then 2 mountain infantry at 3. Because they don't have a penalty and they're going to get boosted by the artillery. 1 hit. Okay. And then we have 3 infantry at 2. No, at 1, sorry. Again, 2 more guys ran away. Okay. And then we have got a cavalry. So he's at 2 because he's going into mountains. Missed. Okay. And then they've got militia and mountain infantry. So militia at 2, mountain infantry at 5. Okay, 1 hit. All right. Let's move up here. Let's lose the infantry. And they have to lose 1, so obviously the militia. These guys retreated out to here. These guys are still in there. Let's do it again. So we've got 2 artillery and 2 mountain infantry at 3. So that's 4 at 3. Okay. 1, that's it. And they've got 1 mountain infantry at 5. And that's a miss. Okay. Move this up again. Oops. Okay. That guy's out. We put the pie down, and that one is worth an IPP. These guys move in. Not much room in there. We should put this down. And this. And these. That guy's off. And I guess that's it. So now it's up to the Gili if they would like to counterattack. You know what? Let's just take this militia, go over there, and how about them apples? Oh, you know what? I do get to non-combat move. Damn. Let's put that back. These guys non-combat move first. So this guy can move up here. And everybody else has been used, so no, oh, except for the guys in Yunnan. I'm going to move one of them up here. Okay, now the Zhili can attack. Now it's not such a good idea, is it? Yeah, they're not going to attack. Okay. Too bad. Alright, so they bought 2 militia. Let's see, let's try here. And they had Yunnan at the start of the turn too, didn't they? Now let's put them on here, Nanking. Okay. And they went up $1. So they're 5 IPP now. There we go. China's at 5 IPP, the nationalists. And the Japanese are back down to 6. They did have 8. Okay. That's it. That's it for this video. That was a long haul. That took me all day because I had other things I had to do. I had things I had to do yesterday all day. So that's why I didn't get a video out. I don't even know if I'll get this one out today because it's nighttime already. I haven't eaten yet and I'm tired because I had other things I did today. Let's see what happened. The French and the British got their mandatory offensives in, so that was good. The Americans are up to 21 IPP, so they are getting their technology. So that's good for them. The Germans started out really well. They had a good turn. But then the Russians came in and kicked the Austrians' ass big time. Like big time. The Austrians didn't even get a hit. So that is, well, it's pretty interesting anyway. Kind of a saw-off, I'd say, on the Eastern Front, I guess. Serbia finally fell to the Austrians, so that was a positive for them. And so that opened up the rail line to go down to the Ottomans, and that's given them 2 extra, and it's going to give Germany extra as well if they can keep that rail line open. The Nationalists had a huge break over here, as you just seen, when they got to annex a territory. And Japan, all they did was move their dreadnoughts forward. I figured that I was tired of losing boats to that coastal gun there, so if I put dreadnoughts down there, they can absorb a hit, right? So there's no hurry, right? Anyway, that's all I got for you today, so take care, everyone. General Hand Grenade out.